Hello, everyone, and thank you for giving me this time. I'm going to be different. I will not speak like a researcher, but rather as a politician. As I have just been introduced by Risi, my name is Joselyne Miburo. I am a clinical psychologist, and I work at Burundian Ministry of Public Health as responsible for promoting traditional medicine since 20 years. I'm here because Artemisia is one of the medicine plants commonly used in Burundi. So I'm going to briefly talk about the benefits of authorizing the sale of Artemisia afra in Burundi. And that's right. My plan presentation will articulate to presentation of Burundi, the health situation in Burundi, status of traditional medicine, situation of Artemisia in Burundi, and the benefits of authorizing the sale Artemisia afra in Burundi. Burundi is located between East Africa and Central Africa. It borders Rwanda to the north, Tanzania to the south and the east, and the Democratic Republic of Congo to the west. Burundi covers an area of 27,834 square kilometers, and its relief is dominated by high plateaus in the center and the plain to the west and the depression. Its climate is tropical with 4 seasons: a short season, a short rain season, a short dry season, the long rain season, and the long dry season. How is the health situation? The health situation in Burundi is marked by the burden of communicable diseases, particularly malaria, which remains the leading cause of morbidity and mortality. The health system is weakened by challenges in access to drinking water and sanitation, poor quality of care, a lack of human resources, and funding problems affecting reproductive, maternal, neonatal, child, and adolescent health indicators. Malaria remains the leading cause of mortality and morbidity, with a high incidence and case fatality rate despite control efforts based on impregnated mosquito nets and treatments. According to the World Health Organization, malaria remains one of the world's deadliest diseases. Projections show that a child dies from malaria every 2 minutes, and Africa is the most affected region, according for 96% of malaria deaths. Children under the age of 5 account for 80% of all malaria deaths in the region. Worse still, more than half of all malaria deaths worldwide have been recorded in 4 Africa countries like Nigeria, the Democratic Republic of Congo, the United Republic of Tanzania, and the Niger. Burundi is not immune at all, even though it is not among the top 5 hard-hit countries. Malaria is still the leading cause of morbidity and mortality. Hence, the combined efforts to drastically reduce malaria cases. The government and its partners are investing more in the prevention and treatment of this disease mass distribution campaigns for long-lasting insecticide-treated mosquito nets have been conducted nationwide. It is also worth noting the continued provision of free health care for pregnant women and children under 5, to name just a few. How is the status of traditional medicine in Burundi? Traditional medicine has been used for thousands of years, and the practitioners of this medicine have contributed greatly to human health, especially as primary health care providers at the community level. It is an alternative and complementarity form of medicine to conventional medicine. It is sometimes referred as to alternative or soft medicine. Modern pharmacopoeias of the pharmaceutical industry have drawn inspiration from traditional medicine. While in the past, African governments did not seem to have sufficiently studied the importance of traditional medicine, declining revenues and reduced international aid have forced many governments to re-examine the benefits of indigenous healthcare practices. Furthermore, there is growing evidence of the effectiveness of traditional medicine products in the treatment of non-communicable and communicable diseases, including some opportunistic diseases like COVID. This is the case of the Artemisia plant, whose virtues were first tested in the prevention and treatment of malaria. How is the situation of Artemisia in Burundi? Artemisia is a plant widely cultivated and used in Burundi for its anti-malaria properties, used to both prevent and cure malaria. There is growing interest among the Burundian population in this effective and inexpensive traditional medicine. Research projects and associations are working to promote its cultivation and use, and some are advocating for government approval. Aware of the importance of effectiveness of medicinal plants, the Burundian population is increasingly interested in the use of traditional medicine, including the Artemisia plant, known for its preventive power against malaria and other diseases. Claude Murengera-Ntwari, he's here in the symposium. Yes. An Artemisia expert cultivates and uses this plant of his agronomic research. He is a founding member of the association called Circle of Agricultural Engineers for the Development of Burundi, which works in the fields of agriculture, livestock breeding, and environmental protection. He started in 2040 with Artemisia seeds from Kenya. Despite this, he said it wasn't easy. He can tell it, and he had to make 4 attempts before finding the right technique for growing this plant. This interest stems from the importance of Artemisia, which he learned about through his internet research. After successfully germinating the seed, he then began its propagation. This researcher recognized that Artemisia has repellent properties to repel mosquitoes, preventing properties to prevent mosquito attacks, and the curative properties to cure malaria. In addition, this plant creates and develops immunity in the human body. According to him, Artemisia can be grown in lower altitudes like in the plain and in high altitudes, but with different varieties of the plant. From a legal point of view, the Burundi Child Protection and Aid Center, capable, has received the marketing authorization for Artemisia afra from the Ministry of Public Health. Those involved in promoting the Artemisia plant have joined forces to form a consortium to create the Central Artemisia House in Burundi. There are many small other Burundian Artemisia houses and sales outlets in Ngozi, in Gitega, in Ruyigi, in Bujumbura, in Bubanza, and Makamba. In February 2025, Dr. Gilles Capitaine, my colleague, conducted clinical trials on 491 patients suffering from malaria, where on the 7th day of taking Artemisia afra, 473 patients were cured, hence proof of its effectiveness. And how is the benefit of authorizing the cell Artemisia of afra in our country? The public health benefits are as follows. 1. Effective treatment against malaria. Artemisia is a plant known for its anti-malaria properties, particularly due to its active ingredients. Then, authorizing its cell would provide a natural and accessible treatment. Malaria control. The approval and promotion of Artemisia afra would contribute to the control of this endemic disease in Burundi. Third, prevention and immune support. In addition to treatment, regular consumption of Artemisia herbal teas can play a preventive role and strengthen the human system. Job and economic activities creation. The authorization would facilitate the creation of distribution channel and the marketing of the plants, generating new economic opportunities for growers and processors. Development and local resources. Burundi has the capacity to cultivate Artemisia afra, a perennial plant that returns annually, that providing economic and ecological benefits. Access to health for all. Artemisia treatment would be more affordable and accessible, especially for populations who cannot afford other treatments. Community empowerment. Cultivating Artemisia at home, as some initiatives suggest, would allow households to protect themselves against malaria. How is the contents? The lack of laboratory analysis of traditional medicines makes them incredulous in the ears of users. Although we observe the benefits of Artemisia in the fight against malaria, its results are not yet approved by the World Health Organization. We are stuck in raising awareness among the population on a large scale for its cultivation and use. There is also a lack of financial resources for the implementation of the actions identified for its promotion. And how is our future perspectives? On arrival in the country, we would like to organize a feedback workshop that would bring together representatives of those involved in promoting Artemisia in Burundi, officials from the Ministry of Health, officials from the Ministry of Agriculture and the Environment, and a few of researchers if we can find the financial means. We're strengthening the synergy of stakeholders in the promotion of Artemisia, and we will continue to mobilize funding and also support stakeholders to raise awareness among both health authorities and those in the agricultural sector to facilitate its promotion with a view to contributing to the good health of the Burundian population. In conclusion, we have acknowledgements. We sincerely thank to the House of Artemisia France for their moral and material contribution to Africa in general and Burundi in particular to promote that plant Artemisia. Thank you also to all the organizers of the symposium, and thank you all for your attention.
Thank you very much. Very interesting. I'm so happy this has happened in Burundi. I had a question about that little clinical trial. There was about 5% of patients, I guess, that failed. Did they just not complete it? What happened? Because that's really important to know.
Les 5% qui n'ont pas pu être guéris lors des essais cliniques, on l'a traité avec oui, les ACT.
With ACT, they will be treated with ACT after that.
Si je peux juste compléter. En fait, parce que du coup j'ai suivi un peu, ils travaillent avec le centre de santé qui est à côté dans le village. Donc vraiment ils travaillent ensemble en fait. Ils traitent avec l'Artemisia et après, si ça ne fonctionne pas, bien sûr qu'ils sont orientés et qu'ils sont traités avec le protocole normal.
Yes, with ACT, because it's a small dispensary in the village, and so people they don't can afford medicines, so they take the tea. And when it's not working, in the clinical trial we made in DCR with Artemisia afra against malaria, we had also 95% of, it was the same rate. So I think they just had ACT after that. At the third day, if the parasitemia was not so, what didn't decrease so much, they had ACT.
Lorsqu'on fait des essais cliniques avec ces médicaments traditionnels, on est en parallèle, on doit toujours contrôler. Et au bout du 3e jour, si on ne voit pas vraiment l'amélioration, ceux qui ne s'améliorent pas, on les met sur les médicaments.
Yes, she said that with traditional medicine small trials, they had both medical stuff, Western medicine and traditional, and at the third day, if there are no amelioration, they have the Western ACT.
As you know, people attack, and the Artemisia use, so that's why it's so important for us to try and understand what the failure of those 5% is. I mean, I think that's a really important thing to somehow study. I don't know. I can't do it. I don't have the resources or ability. But that's really important so that it doesn't cause a total rejection.
In French, so Pamela said that Pamela dit que ça serait vraiment très intéressant de savoir pourquoi les gens, ça n'a pas marché pour 5% des gens et pourquoi ça n'a pas marché. Et qu'il faudrait faire des études sur ces 5%.
Okay.
Voilà. Et bien faire attention que ça ne dégénère pas non plus pour eux et qu'ils ne meurent pas. Voilà, c'est ça qu'elle dit.
Je sais bien que même pour les médicaments modernes, il y a ceux qui résistent aux artétinates et on les met au suivant.
She said that it's the same for people who are resistant to normal medication. They have, after that, quinine, etc.
Thank you very much for a wonderful presentation. I'm interested in one of the slides where you said Artemisia was used in livestock breeding. How did that go?
Au Burundi, on n'a pas encore commencé à utiliser la tisane sur le bétail.
Super. It's not very used in Burundi to Artemisia on livestock. Okay, they want to.